Here he is, the man, Dr. Billy DeMoss. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me today.
Hey, I'm stoked to talk to you, bro.
So I just got back from band practice, and I thought we should have a conversation. So I was out, flew out
Yeah.
to Orange County, and boy, what a great band! Is this pretty much the same band for 10 years? Have been playing at Cal Jam, right?
Well, remember the first couple of years I just did recorded music, and then the third year, or no, it was second year, we hired Lit, which was a big band from the '90s, and then from then on, we as brothers started to play. We've always played together, but we formed a band, and then we started playing for Cal Jam, and my dad named us the Adjusters. And then got to be too much for us to do both days, so then I hooked up with some other guys through just friends that are musicians, really good musicians, and then we started.
Papa Stash.
Yeah, Papa Stash, and Kurt Hammernick, and we have a great crew this year. And they're all really pro musicians. So when you get around people like that, you don't really have to do too much other than orchestrate what you want. So it's been great, and it's super, super fun. I mean, for me, and as you know, you love the music thing too.
Yeah, well, I'll say I have been at every single Cal Jam and watched the unfolding of it. And I think a lot of people believe that in the beginning, especially, oh, this is just some sort of an experiment that's going to fade. It's grown. And it's grown not only, the audience is pretty much gets to max capacity in the Orange County Performing Arts Center, which bar none is the best venue for any chiropractic event. And so for people who are looking for something different, I'm just going to say this, I'm not trying to plug, it's just a fact, is that, listen, I speak at many events throughout the year, the biggest events, around the world in the profession. And what's typical is that, you go to nice hotels, hopefully nice hotels, and they have ballrooms there. Sometimes they go to, they'll have like a convention center attached to a hotel. But you don't, you walk in and it's sort of like a variation of a common theme.
Right.
Here's the thing that struck me about Cal Jam the very first time. And I remember you called me and just as you're watching this video, for all of you watching it, there's certain metaphor here that you should pay attention to, because this has to do with your practice, how to develop a growing practice, how to innovate and be creative with ideas, how to put passions together so that you can really do something spectacular in the world. It's merging passions, which is one of the keys to a breakthrough, which I've given whole lectures on this. And that's what Billy's done with music or rock and roll and chiropractic, putting these things together and spectacular. But I remember, Billy, when you had first contacted me and said you had this idea and asked what I thought and what I supported, which of course I would love to. I did support it. You sent it out to my list, came and spoke, etc. But I can remember the first thing that struck me, and anybody who's been to Cal Jam, if you're watching this, you've been to Cal Jam, you already know. If you haven't been to Cal Jam, this is one expectation you should have. It's one of many. You're going to walk in, and the first impression you're going to have when you enter the arena is, this is something different. Which, incidentally, is what people should feel when they walk into your office. They walk in and say, wow, I'm in a different kind of a place. I've never really entered a place like this before, which I could say about Billy's office too, which is one of the nicest chiropractic offices I've ever seen. So what caused you, Billy, to pick that venue and that environment?
Well, even as I love to go to concerts, as you do, and I don't go to football games and all that other stuff. I love to go to live shows. I love music. And I'd always been there for more kind of like high-end kind of stuff, whether it was like George Winston or, I'm thinking of the guitar player, the flamenco player that always played there. Doesn't matter. But, they have operas there. And I always thought it would be amazing to put an event on at this. I just always loved the venue. And then when I was looking at different venues, I was looking at hotels. And, the price points were not that much more from a rental standpoint. I didn't realize till I got deep into it that there's a huge cost with production and teams and all that, and then union staffing, which was, that's why I called you freaking out, because I pretty much, signed on the dotted line, and then, I find out later that there was all these added costs that I wasn't really familiar with. So, you know, I was up to my ears at 100 grand, which to me at that time was a lot of money. I mean, I'm looking at production costs of now 500. I mean, wait till they see the stage this year, dude. I mean, we just got done meeting with our production manager, and that's what we want to do. We want to provide, you know, it's great to go to seminars, but we want to provide an experience which is going to be unparalleled. I mean, I like to do everything, not over the top, but I like to do it where people actually want to, it creates a buzz when you create something that is so different than what else is out there. And, you know, of course, I got my haters, which is good. I mean, we talked about that. And you probably have a few more haters now with your vaccine revealed. I can't even imagine where you're at with that. But, and I'm glad to see there's other people that have haters, because we had a little discussion last night. Austin, who works with us now, he goes, you know, just because I'm affiliated and I work with you now, I have haters too. And I go, well, get used to it, dude. When you're going to push the needle and you're going to push it in the right direction, you're going to get haters, which is okay with me.
Yeah, and it's listen, if there are people that are taking notice of you, good or bad, or good and bad, then you don't matter, is what it means.
Right.
You're not on anybody's radar. You're basically saying, I'm hiding over here. I hope nobody pays attention. You know, this past year, yeah, between especially vaccines and GMOs, you know, I've gotten all kinds of, you know, some pretty serious threats and some pretty nasty things said about me. But I also had more fun this year than I ever had, because I'm taking a stand on something. You know, I feel good about the fact that I took a big enough stand to get people to say really nasty stuff about me, and also to get millions of people to look at what I'm doing, and literally millions of people.
Right.
So that's the fun part. And to me, CalJam was, I mean, you didn't do it, like, you don't do things just to get hated. You do things because you have a passion about it. And when you do it on a scale that gets noticed, then people who oppose you will come out and oppose you. But one of the things
I obviously didn't do it because I wanted people to hate me.
Yeah. No, listen, I don't like being hated. Yeah, everybody wants to be liked.
Yeah, but it was amusing to me that what comes out of people's mouth. I mean, to me, I at first I was kind of blown away. Like, really, you really actually think that shit? And then as you get thick skin, you get used to it. In fact, you thrive on it. You, like, when you don't have it, it's like, dude, where you guys been? I mean, where have my haters been? But to me, it's just when you push the envelope, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to change the friggin' world, dude. CalJam isn't just a seminar where you go and sit down and, you know, take notes. This is literally a movement to create change and change the consciousness of the planet. That's why sometimes I understand when people say, you know, I don't know, some people say they're too busy or whatever their reasons are. I mean, for just CE, I'm doing this to save the planet for your kids and their kids. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, whether, like, you just had the vaccines revealed, but there's other issues on the planet which people need to understand if we're going to perpetuate the existence of the human race. I mean, some people want to call me conspiracy theorist, but that's because they haven't done any friggin' research and they don't want to believe the stuff I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about is reality, and my goal and objective is to get people on that page so we can collectively, as a species, protect this planet that we live on and do things that are going to create sustainability for future generations. That's all it's about, man. You can call it whatever you want. You can call me what? Spell my name right, as B.J. Palmer used to say. That's all I care.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you, I'd like to
breaking up.
Say again. Say again.
Up really bad on my end. I don't know if that's.
You're breaking up a bit on my end too. I wonder if we have to do a redo.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't really understand half the things you're saying.
Really? All right, stay there. I'm gonna just stop the broadcast.